Okay, and we're back, and this is the table kind of more or less taken apart. It will, if you were to ever get this like secondhand through eBay, it will include a pillow, the bed cover, which is supposed to be
it's like a duvet cover kind of thing. When I first got it, the first thought that went through my head is, this is an overglorified kitchen towel.
It feels like it does feel like a kitchen towel. It does not feel like a bed, like a
blanket.
Like a blanket. It feels very rough. Thing is, I've encountered bed covers that are like this. That's pretty much all they are, is like a dust cover. It's meant for
keeping the dust off of the bed underneath or the blankets underneath.
Yeah.
And that's a nice touch if you think about it, because that was really common in the 40s was to have these kind of things on your bed. The only thing is for a child, they're just going to look at it like a weird blanket. It's not really what it seems to be. It's not something I mention really very often, but I do actually work for the American Girl company, and one of the complaints that I got the most whenever anybody buys a bed, and this still happens, is when it's a plain white mattress like this, it's, where are the sheets? These are the sheets. It doesn't come with any fitted sheets or anything like that. It's literally the blanket, the pillow, the mattress, boom, you're done.
Yeah. If you for photo story purposes and other things like that, and you're kind of crafty, I'd advise making like pillow covers and probably something extra for the mattress. If you're going to get beds from American Girl, because that's how they're going to be. It's just, you're going to have, bing, bang, boom, you're done, and that's it.
Yeah, unless the mattress is printed, which there are some mattresses that are printed or they're colored. Julie's mattress is a print, and it looks like an Indian-inspired bed sheet, and it's really very pretty on its own, but if that's not your character's taste, well done.
Julie's bed is pretty psychedelic.
Yeah, Julie's bed took some acid, and that's why it looks like that. The only other one that I've seen that actually has that doesn't come with just a plain white mattress pad is McKenna's bed. McKenna's bed, the mattress is, I want to say, like a royal purple.
Everything is purple.
Everything is purple and this awful highlighter green, which I actually, that'll probably want to be one of our upcoming reviews. Is McKenna's bed. That's another one of Anushka's beds, because her family tends to have, there's a whole story there. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah.
Or you can send an ask and I will gladly answer for you.
Okay, so we've gone through the pillow, which is, it's okay. It's it's very nice and plushy. It's actually it'll do its job. The bed cover, which is supposed to be the blanket, it's a bed cover. This here is the mattress support. It goes, as you can see,
it goes here.
Lift it up. See, and
it'll slide in and cover up all of this.
And that
for the simple reason that it is a doll bed, so naturally it cannot support the mattress on its own. It needs a support underneath. There's no box spring. So when you take it off, it looks like an old school bed frame. But if you put the mattress directly on that, and then you put something on underneath, on top rather, you get that weirdness. So to stop that happening, so your doll doesn't sink through to the bottom, butt first, you have the mattress support.
And this, the bed is made out of wood.
And it's also printed with, the American Girl information.
Try to get it so you guys can see it. There you go. See, this was from 2012.
Which was when?
When Molly was
retired.
When she was archived.
Anyway, that's something else.
So we have this mattress.
Moving on.
It's a pillow. You're not gonna.
There's no rigidity to it. So if you're looking for something that will closely resemble a spring mattress, you are out of luck. It's not gonna do that.
You're asking for a lot.
You're shooting for the stars there. This gotta remember, this is a kid's toy first and foremost. So what would normally be like bed springs and things like that, and I've seen like the old school doll beds that they will have bed springs, and I'm thinking to myself, that's an adventure in tetanus shots.
Yeah.
This doesn't do that because it's a kid's toy, and it's meant for kids. And you know what's I foresee it happening. I'm not saying, I'm going to go on the record saying, I'm not saying that they're going to redo any of the beds in plastic. I don't know if it is going to happen. If it does, hey, I just predicted the future. I better go for the lotto numbers next. It's inevitable. These are kids' toys. They do change over time. Like, a lot of this is wood construction. We actually have very few metal beds in the store now. I think there used to be like 3.
The only one left is Kit's.
No,
Samantha?
Rebecca's bed is metal.
Okay.
Which I actually had to, fun working out in a doll store story. We get a lot of people that will come in and they will buy the large American Girls for their 3-year-olds. And while I can see the appeal, we also have to remember these are 3-year-old little girls. What do 3-year-old little girls do when they're pitching a fit? It's usually pick up the closest thing next to them and chuck it. So very often I will find myself having to steer parents away from, for example, Rebecca's bed, which is all solid metal, and it's very heavy. It's even heavier than Kit's bed. Mm-hmm. And they'll get mad at me and go, but why? Are you implying that my daughter can't handle a metal bed? And no, I'm not implying that your daughter can't handle a metal bed. I'm very certain she's a very intelligent little girl. But when she's in a fit of passion, she's going to throw something. And you're not going to like that bed so much when it hits you in the face.
I have scars.
From
being hit in the face by a 3-year-old. Anyways, but let me get to the main ordeal. So the actual frame itself, it's metal,
solid,
not metal, solid wood, and it's not heavy. I can lift it up with one hand. It's probably less than a pound. Maybe.
If you do buy this, and you have to read the eBay descriptions very, very closely, because if you would have bought it from the company, this would have come in pieces. It would have come actually in 1, 2, 3 pieces. Which, the base, the footboard, the headboard, and then the main part.
Because you're going to have to assemble it.
You would have to assemble
it. Okay, I'm going to move my camera. So if you want to... I'm going to show you. You can see all of the shaky cameras. See, you have the screws where you would have to put it together.
Well, it's not even... Those aren't even the screws. What that is... Well, here, you can see these plastic bits. These are actually where you put the screws in, and they're not so much screws, I forgot what they're called, but they're those kind that you basically just stick in the hole, and then you have that bit that tightens.
Yeah.
And that's what holds it in place. That's pretty much what it is. If you do decide to make it so that the bed is collapsible, meaning that you can take it apart, don't put in
the caps.
The little caps. I have already tried to remove them very carefully, which is why, the wood is not as mangled as it should be. They don't come out easy. So if you're looking to have this, so you can put it and take it apart, put it away, and it's out of sight, out of mind, don't put in the caps. If it bothers you that much, get a piece of paper, paint it more or less the same color, pop it over. Please ignore the damage. That's, Freya lives with cats, and I don't really have a place to stick the bed. So anytime there is a relatively cat-shaped anything in my house, it becomes a cat bed. So this was a cat bed for a while. Thank God I had the foresight to leave the mattress and the pillow in the plastic, and then just covered it with blankets that I don't care if they get dirty, because my cat, this is next to my bed. My cat has been laying on it and looking at me like, this is my bed now.
Okay. So now we've talked about more or less everything that comes with. Let's go with final thoughts. The bed is nice. I really do like it. But I don't like the yellow paint. I think. I would like the yellow cover. It's
paler. It's a softer color.
Well, I was gonna comment. The blanket itself is fine. Not all the freaking noise I'm making. Just so you can kind of see the bed all back together again. Because it comes out more of a canary yellow on camera, and it's more of like a baby yellow.
It's about a canary yellow.
Okay, it's
about a canary yellow on in reality.
What this is? No, this is egg yolk.
There we go.
That's egg yolk. On the camera, it looks canary yellow, but in person, it's egg yolk. It's color.
The color of like scrambled eggs. That's the color in reality.
And it's okay. Honestly, I think it probably would have been better as another color. But I don't know why. But when they revitalized Molly's line for like that year, everything was yellow, and it was. Her pajamas were yellow.
No, her pajamas weren't yellow. Yeah. Her pajamas were blue.
Her pajamas were blue.
I'm thinking something else. Her original pajamas were red striped.
And a lot of her things were red.
A lot of her things were red. After that, they changed it to a certain amount, like certain things. What I found funny was they seemed to go the route of like almost hospital-like things. Her new pajamas ended up looking a lot like scrubs. And then this bed, and Moody pointed this out to me way before we did the video. The original idea I had for this was to strip the paint off and then stain it, like get wood stain and stain the wood. That didn't happen for two reasons. One, this isn't solid wood, it's particle board. It's the same thing that, you buy a shelf at IKEA. It's made out of the same thing.
And this kind of helps bring the point home that we're about to say.
And I thought, well, if I can't do that, I'll just strip the paint and then paint it white. It looks like a hospital bed. So in my mind, the route that they were going with Molly was to make her sort of like a field nurse, and that kind of bothered me. I really liked the aesthetic that they had before for Molly's things, which was very, little girl in the 40s, less, I'm a doctor like daddy.
Well, yeah, and besides, Molly really wanted to be a dancer, so.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
If you wanted to be a dancer, doesn't mean you were good at
it. Anyways, humor aside, overall, if you can find it and you like the color, go for it. I would have liked this if it was a natural wood, but, I can't remember if that's the aesthetic, because this is from the historical line. So
no, it's not. At the time, it was a lot of things were painted. Simply because I think this was around the time when they started using particle board in a lot of things.
Yeah, because they were running because of history lesson.
The war effort took a lot of wood. Apparently, it also took almost all the rubber. Fun little historical fact. Molly's outfit. You see how she's wearing that little collar underneath her clothes, and then you take off her sweater. And it's literally just a little collar. That is actually accurate. It's called a dickie. That was something that they did in the 40s to conserve fabric. So a lot of women's clothing and children's clothing, they did that. It was, a nightmare to even get a new pair of shoes. You had to go to a government office and bring your shoes with and prove to them that you really needed the new shoes because you could not make those last any longer. So that's how particle board came about, I think. I could be wrong. If somebody out there knows better than me, please by all means illuminate me. I love learning, as we can tell.
But anyways, like I said, it's a good bed. It's not my cup of tea, but I think it probably would look better as a different color, but at the same time,
there's no saying you can't modify it.
Yeah. So there's that. For the bed, for the cover itself, I could take it or leave it.
I
For the
I hate yellow.
I'm okay with it. It's the yellow cover, the yellow bed, and it's like, why?
Why it gotta be yellow?
Why it gotta be yellow? It's a lot of yellow. Why couldn't it been like red?
Or at the very least, a softer color, because this is a very harsh color, especially for, you know, a 10-year-old's room. It's a very
Like, why did like?
it's a very eye-catching color, and for all the wrong reasons. Like, hey, look, it's your bed.
Look, it's your bed. I think we need to have a conversation with Mrs. McIntyre.
I think we do too. Girl, I ain't got no skill in interior decorating because damn.
Anyways, bye bye.
Bye bye.
And this was a Magic City Moon Productions. Blah.